This video is about permaculture earthworks through pond and swale construction as evidenced at Blackberry Creek Farm. We would like to thank our project sponsor, Weaver Insurance and Financial Advisors in Waynesburg, Virginia. Through their donation, we were able to secure the equipment for this project.
Well, good morning from Blackberry Creek Farm. As you can see, we are digging ponds today. And so wanted to show you a little bit about what we're doing here. This is the clay soil right here. As you can see, it's kind of orangish in our area. And so what I'm doing is I'm building up right here to kind of what will be the dam to hold the water in. And for that, we want to use clay so that it'll hold the water. If you're in an area where the soil is not clay, you may have to bring in bentonite or put in a line or something like that to make your pond hold water. But here we have plenty of clay, and so it'll hold the water. So the clay that I'm pulling up, I'm building here. If you look over here, you'll see the more brown colored soil is the topsoil that we stripped off the ground first. We want to make sure that we're clay to clay, you know, all the way through here so that we don't get water leaking out in the topsoil line. So we strip that out even underneath where we're building this dam here, and then we'll put the topsoil back over top so that things can grow. So kind of overall, this is one catchment pond. We're going to be building another catchment pond up a little bit above that we can use to fill this pond if we need to, and also to catch runoff water out of the field, because we do have a runoff issue coming down this way. This pond will primarily catch water from our house and driveway, and it'll be available. This is going to be a multi-use pond. It'll hydrate the landscape around, and so we'll use it to grow around. It's going to be our swimming hole, and it's also going to be water resource if we need for watering animals, irrigating gardens, which are right there. It's accessible to all that. So we'll give you an update here a little bit later.
Here is the before area of the pond, and now you can see the excavator at work digging there. And here is afterwards with a little bit of water already in the pond.
And we're digging swales today, and as you can see, the weather is not very nice, but cab on the machine is warm. So anyway, but wanted to show you kind of what we're doing here. The last couple days we dug this pond here, which catches runoff off the field. But as you can see, I have a run-in shed down here for my animals that is somewhat earth sheltered. I don't want the water to keep going down that way. So what I'm doing is, rather than just a normal spillway to let overflow out of the pond, I'm actually connecting the spillway to a swale that will hydrate the landscape and actually divert the water on over into the yard I have the chickens in, and hydrate the landscape over there. So what we've done is we've dug down here. This is all level with where we want the water to come out of our pond. We're piling the dirt loosely on the downhill side so that we can plant in this, and the water will soak in. And so when we have extra water, it'll fill this swale and soak into the landscape. The other thing is that this is also my access to the field. And so I have a drive-in, so I've got a pipe. I'm going to put it in the swale right up here so that we can cross it to access our property here, but the water can still go on through. So I'm going to go ahead and hop in the machine and show you a little bit of how I'm actually using this excavator to dig this swale.
Here we are looking across the landscape at the upper pond that we built that will then hydrate water through the swale over to our food forest. Here is the beginning of the swale construction with the excavator. Okay, here you can see the machine at work, and I've got the tracks parallel to the swale so I can move easily along it, and the machine is just pulling the dirt toward me and creating the cut. And so I've marked the upper side of my swale, which I'll show you how to do in a little bit, and then I'm just pulling the dirt loosely down toward me. Okay, here I am shaping the dirt that I dug when I was pulling downhill. So I've moved the machine down the swale, and I'm using a swinging motion with the bucket to loosely level the dirt that was dug out of the swale. This way it is not compacted and will soak up water and hydrate the landscape. Later we'll come back and work it by hand, add compost and other materials, mulch to it as we get it ready for planting. Okay, here you can see the finished earthworks portion of the swale. The ditch is dug and the soil is loosely spread downhill. I also needed a crossing for access, and so I put a pipe in the swale that allows water to pass through but enables us to drive across.
Okay, so there's a lot of ways to mark where the swale goes. You want it level, and so some people use an A-frame or a transit level. I just grabbed what I had available, and I have a 6-foot level. And so what I'm doing is setting it to a mark, making sure that it's level, and then painting the next mark, and then moving down. And so by swinging the level around, I get it to the level point, mark it, and keep on going. And then as you can see, I'm setting my, when I'm digging, I'm cutting from my mark line down. It doesn't really matter, but it's easier to see that way.
I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. Blackberry Creek Farm is a faith-based permaculture farm in Nelson County, Virginia, committed to making a difference in our community. If you would like to be a part, go to our website and click on the Get Involved tab.